we are battling the tech demons now and then. It looks like it's all back on. So if anybody had a bit of buffering at the start there, I'll just start again, I guess. Welcome to the Sunday live stream on my left eye. I'm your host, Lefty. Happy Socialist Sunday, everybody. Not much going on this week. Not much to report on. Bit of a dead cat weekend, no, plenty to come on stream. Thanks again for joining us. Please hit thumbs up as you join us on stream, everybody. Looks like the gremlins have smoothed themselves out for now. We do have a poll on stream as well, pertaining to the current hot seats, Gorton and Denton, the by-election. Where will Labour finish? Pretty much ruling them out of having a chance of winning, as you'll see. So, what do you think? Second, third, or fourth, or lower? Let us know in the poll. More on that hot seat to come on stream. I'll be filling you in on all of the details on tonight's Sunday live stream when we get into Keith's Fondue Lounge in a few moments. This is our Sunday custom. Speaking of Sunday customs, I'd like to warmly welcome Harvey Ranger and the Supersonics Jazz Background Quartet. Who do we have on chat? Davinia, nice to see you. Flow Snake, Doc Davies, hype them. Thanks for using the static emojis. Flags, watermelons, a Lindsay Hoyle thrown into the mix. Edward Sexby's with us as well. A very good evening to you all. Thanks for the feedback on the buffering as well. All good your end? Sounds good to us. You thought it was a bit quiet, but you had it on mute. Well, no, it's best to listen not muted, especially this evening. Got quite a few musical bits going on, as it happens. And you won't be able to tell what I'm saying, of course. That's the priority. Ton of stuff coming up. There's even things developing as we speak on stream. We're going worldwide as well. UK stories and elsewhere. All coming up on tonight's Sunday live stream. Solidarity. Thanks, Harvey. Let's hear that one again. In fact, let's hear it on repeat for maybe the next, couple of hours. It'll be great. I'll give you a break. Authoritarian. You get breaks, don't worry. Time for some plugs though. First of all, your good selves. I can see quite a few members in the chat already. 208 people now. Lost a few after the last stream when we finished on 211, but still a great show of support. And we're still past that 200 mark as well. Thanks again. Other ways that you can help to support us here on My Left Eye are with super chats or super stickers if you're watching live. There's also super thanks if you're watching back later on, and a buy me a coffee page in the description of the stream, so please do check out those options. You can also, please do, check out our most recent video on the channel pertaining to Gorton and Denton and the Green Party. Please open that up, preferably on a mobile device or tablet, and then once you've hit thumbs up, you'll have the option to hype the video depending on where you're watching from. Please do consider using some of your hype points to give us a boost on the algorithm. It'll be fantastic, a great way of showing solidarity this Socialist Sunday, people. Do appreciate those of you who've hyped our content so far. That's a fairly new feature on YouTube, by the way, for anybody who's not familiar with it. You get allocated a certain amount of hype points per week and you can spend them on your favourite content providers such as My Left Eye. And we're still over 200 members now, that's absolutely fantastic. Let's have a re-celebration of that landmark as well. Thank you very much, everybody.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Have you had enough, Nazi, or do you want some more?
Oh, I think they want some more. I think they want some more. And we'll give them some more, won't we, people? They don't like it up them. No, we're absolutely delighted with all of the support we've received since we started as a channel. A very small side project about 2 years ago, but then about 18 months ago when we started streaming and things like that, we're really pleased. And we've met some great people. It's been great to see the community growing as well. That's been one of the best things about it, to be honest. Seeing the community grow, sharing our thoughts and ideas on the current dystopia. Why not? The shouty bloke is with us. Very good evening to you. So yes, it's all good for us, but not good for Keith.
Oh no.
Speaking of which, let's get into the lounge and I'll begin to disclose what's coming up on the channel before we get into clips and things. To the lounge. Here we are once again, and we might not be having too many more trips to the lounge. I certainly don't foresee any happening after May, a certain week in May, when things will definitely start to turn the sourest if they haven't done before then. So let's enjoy the fondue while we can. Thanks again to the Agitator for providing us with this great graphic. Do check out the Agitator at Agitate for Change. That's the number 4, Agitate for Change. Check him out on Blue Sky or whatever. What's coming up? Quite a few comedy clips actually, squeezed in as many as I could after something of a drought, to be honest. We have always done our best to keep you up with homegrown comedy content on the channel. We do have quite a lot of the other channels that we follow coming up this evening as well. And where to begin with the events that have unfolded since we were last with you on stream. When was that? Thursday? So, Mountbatten Windsor having his house raided as we speak, searched that is, having been raided. He's been arrested and released, of course. That very famous picture circulating around the world. Hope you like what we did with that one at the start, by the way, the Terminator spliced. Yes, the fucker is terminated. New revelations that he had the Met Police guarding Epstein's house certainly doesn't add to the current allegations of corruption, sharing of information, which is the reason he was arrested during the week as well. It's just going to get worse and worse and worse for this lot. Mountbatten Windsor, Scandalson, the whole rotten lot of them. Of course, here in Manchester over the weekend, Britain First attempted to cause some disruption, bringing their fascism to our streets, but there was a strong turnout against that, which I'm very pleased to say. We went down there ourselves, a bit gutted that we weren't able to be present. This being a Manchester-based channel, of course, but we've got some news to share with you. Some of the spokes as well. Yeah, it was pretty atypical as far as the far right are concerned, you know, just showing up for a fight, dickhead's day out, that kind of thing. So we'll take a look at that, as well as, of course, Gorton and Denson hot seats. More of that to come. Plus, a song of ICE and fire. We're going to be checking out something a little bit more light-hearted, fortunately, this time, where things in the States are concerned. And whilst we're over in the US, we're going to be taking a look at one of Trump's latest slip-ups. I won't give anything away, but as has happened a lot of times previously, you will not believe that the President of the United States has actually done this thing. No spoilers. This time it doesn't actually pertain to the Epstein files. It's something else, and it has frankly got to be one of the most embarrassing episodes in the entire history of American politics, and I don't say that lightly. A shout out to anybody watching from the States, by the way. We have had an increase in viewers from over the pond. Solidarity from the UK, from Britain I should say. And we're going to be taking a look, of course, at Palestine and Gaza. Plus we'll see what else comes up. A bumper stream, people, so please do get comfortable, stick with us throughout. Make sure you've hit the thumbs up button, and let's crack on. And if you don't leave the live stream with an earworm this week, or this episode, then I'll be severely personally disappointed. I'm sure the whole team will here. Starting, of course, with this great one. The party's going to be over soon, Keith and PT. Might as well get your fill of fondue while you can. You absolute cretinous ghouls. Alright, we'll be back for more fondue towards the end of the stream, but for now, let's get into things. Thanks again to the Agitator. That marvellous scene. His unbridled genius remains absolute. Other famous ones, of course, include the Labour dumpster fire, the Road to Nowhere bus trip with Starmer at the wheel. Many great scenes. He's a lovely chap as well, Agitator. Comedy clip first. We're going to go with this one. That's going to lead us into the opening topic, which is Andrew Mountbatten, Windsor, Sachs, Coburg, Gotha, whatever you want to, if you want to get technical, people, of course. So this is the latest slice of Jonathan Pie, whom I'll remind you as always, is a character. It was performed by a very nice man by the name of Tom Walker. Great stuff as always. Go and subscribe to Jonathan Pie. Now that I think about it, I've not had time to stick the links in the description pre-stream, but I will take care of that after things finish. So if you're watching back later on, there'll be a link in the description for his channel and this video.
after the shocking arrest of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor earlier this week. On his birthday as well. Aww. I do almost feel sorry for him. I mean, I don't feel sorry for him, but I almost do. But I don't, because he's possibly a rapist. Although that wasn't what he was arrested for. Although, you know, watch this space. Any minute, really. Just keep refreshing the page, yeah? But you look at that picture of Andrew leaving custody. Can't believe I'm actually saying that, but and in that picture is a man who, for the first time in his 66 years of coddled, cosseted, spoilt, morally bankrupt existence, was suddenly shown a brief glimpse of the real world, a look inside Pandora's box, the total perspective vortex, the gold light in the briefcase in Pulp Fiction. Wah! Just a glimpse at reality, a glimpse of consequences. Better get used to that, mate. Welcome. A world with consequences. Finally, the Windsors are fucked. Because try as they might, it's very difficult for the rest of them to pretend they have nothing to do with this. Look, I don't want to speak ill of the late Queen, right? God rest her soul. But she did pay off a woman who had accused her favourite son of raping her. Around £12 million to a woman Andrew insisted he couldn't even remember meeting. She then went on to kill herself. God rest her soul. And if it turns out that the reports are true, that the now king also lent some of that money to Andrew to pay off the woman who accused him of rape and then went on to kill herself, then the monarchy as we know it really is finished. It's dead. Because let's be honest, it's surely only a matter of days before more details emerge about the women allegedly trafficked into Stansted Airport and then allegedly chauffeur-driven straight to Buckingham Palace. If that all does turn out to be true, do you think they'll start adding it to the tour? You know, this is the state dining room, this is the throne room, and this is the room where Andrew Mountbatten Windsor...
All those happy tourists there, complete, like some of the worst things that can happen in humanity have taken place inside of those walls, and they just openly glare with the beaming smiles like they've got a fucking coat hanger lodged sideways in the mouth while they absorb this imperialist shite and the Disney fantasy of kings and queens and princes and princesses and all of that bollocks. No, yeah, they should have it emblazoned on the front of the palace.
Fucked several underage Russian prostitutes. And by underage prostitutes, I mean children. Saucy little pedo, Randy Andy, Air Miles Andy, Cash for Access Andy, inviting Chinese spies into royal residences Andy. A man who says that staying at the mansion of a convicted sex offender was the honourable thing to do. No contrition, no remorse, 50 quid he skips bail and ends up in Bahrain with all his buddies. They'd treat him like a prince, just like the good old days.
Yeah, what was his bail, by the way? I reckon about £12 million would cover it.
Epstein saga is about to bring down the royal family, as it very nearly did our government, right? Starmer almost lost his job last week, and rightly so, you might argue. But he's not mentioned in the files once, as far as I'm aware. Meanwhile, across the pond, Trump is mentioned 38,000 times, to which his response is, I've been exonerated. I've been exonerated, even though he hasn't, unless by exonerated you mean your own DOJ admits you lied about not being on his plane. If by exonerated you mean the files contain at least 2 very specific allegations against you, Mr. President. Now, those allegations might very well be bullshit, but surely allegations worth investigating? No? No? Anyone?
Yes, they are investigating, Jonathan. And don't call me Shirley.
Nothing. The fact that the American public are not even vaguely familiar with those allegations shows just how far Trump has captured the world's media, the American people, and his own Department of Justice. Now, I hope Andrew gets everything that's coming to him. But is he just the fall guy, you know, the patsy, taking all the heat off all the others whose crimes will go unpunished? I don't know. What I do know is that the Andrew formerly known as Prince is ground zero. this all started with him. Or more to the point, this all started with Virginia Giuffre, without whom the world's most powerful sex ring might never have been exposed, without whom the Epstein files might never have seen the light of day. God rest her soul. OK, on the line now we have royal expert Sir Arthur Chumley Bagshot. Thank you for joining us.
Arthur Chumley Bagshot. The End of the World tour still ongoing. If you want to book tickets, to go and see Jonathan Pye live, then check out jonathanpye.com. Hoping to check him out again myself. Personally seen him before. It's a really good show. So go and check out tickets. If you watch back later, like I said, there'll be a link in the description of the stream for his YouTube. Go and subscribe. Really great. I like the format as well, you know, the reporter off camera. Good stuff, great stuff. Happy birthday to you, got some porridge to do. All the lads know what you did and Mummy can't bribe the screws. Excellent. Bit of prose there from Flow Snake. Is that one of your own?
I don't know if anyone's into poetry at all.
Shout out to Flow Snake for that effort. Good riddance to the monarchy. Hope we get the rest of the Epstein class while we're at it. Yeah, absolutely, Edward. I'll second that any day. Any day. I want to see them all go down. And they all should by rights. Because, well, if everybody goes, then the whole establishment and the whole system goes. Oh, don't threaten me with a good time. Can't believe people have even had the gumption to say those sort of things. But what's the latest on Andy Pandy's escapades? I've just opened the live feed. Because police are, as I said, currently searching his property in Sandringham. Looks like we're back. Okay. I'll crack on anyway. The new antivirus software that we installed has some extra anti-nonce features sort of hardwired into it. That's a possible explanation. So we'll just look through this article as quickly as we can. That's quite disturbing as well. He's like the top half of his head peering over the bottom. Hello? Fuck off. So, he told Metropolitan Police officers working for him to guard Epstein's homes. Let's see what's happening. Just a quick skim through here. These are some of the latest details coming in. It's all piling up, isn't it? It's all piling up. But certainly that's a misuse of police resources. Emails released appear to show arrangements for Andrew to stay with Epstein in December 2010. In the correspondence, Andrew's private secretary asks for the address where he would have been staying and confirmation on whether there's room for both his protection officers at the house. The Met Police said that protection officers were held to the same high standards of professional... Yeah, look after this guy. Is that high standards? Nonce protection, is that part of the Metropolitan's remit now. What about some background noise? Some rather noisy motorcycle just went past close by. Goodness, fucking hell! Can you hear that? I do have some compressors and limiters on the mic, but that was bad. But not as bad as this. Terrible, terrible. VPN, very protected nonce, very good. Scribby, thanks a lot for joining us. We're getting some good wordplay so far on the stream. Always like to see that, of course. So that, yeah, this is on top of him giving classified information to Epstein, you know, on international finance, currency exchange deals to the sum of 500 billion it was actually. Quite a big chunk of change. Tisk, tisk. Tisk, tisk indeed. Where's the chat gone? That was strange. A few strange things happening on stream. It's the software, of course. It's the VPN. It's the antivirus nonce protection. Gonna have to do some admin overrides, I think. So, well, fortunately, we're not doing any bits on Peter Mandels tonight. Lizzie's in a box. Guitar guy. Very good evening to you. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. She knew what was going on. Oh, thank goodness that she wasn't alive to see this. It would have been an absolute shame on her perfect, unbesmudged image. God. No, I'm not buying that. In fact, let's keep our spirits up with Intel Lady. And this is her take on Sarah Ferguson's reaction to all of this business. Yes, again. If you're watching back later, there will be a link in the description. Let's go and check out Intel Lady.
Well, as you can imagine, it has been an absolutely dreadful, awful, terrible experience for myself, hearing about my husband, ex-husband, friend, person I used to live with, arrest, the indignity of his arrest on his birthday. Of all the days they could have arrested him, they decided to wait until his 66th birthday. I mean, what a bloody awful present for anybody to have on their birthday. Although, to be honest, where he's living at the moment, it might have been quite an exciting experience. I mean, I would have thought, if you'd done something, we've done it all, haven't we? We've had many, we've been to all the exotic places of the world and experienced many things, met lots of famous people, been to the parties, haven't we? But have we ever been arrested? So actually, maybe...
Yeah, just look at, was it Princess Beatrice's 18th birthday party? Attended, fucking hell, you know, Max Weinstein was there, for example, you know, the Miramax guy, Epstein, Maxwell, those sort of parties, those are the kind of parties that they're talking about. I know this is only a parody, just wanted to remind you of that. Have you seen those pictures? And there's one where literally everybody in the picture was convicted of some sort of heinous sex crime, and they're at a princess's 18th birthday party, for fuck's sake. It's absolutely disgusting, man.
It was quite a wonderful experience. I mean, obviously it's very serious. It's a very serious, terrible thing that he's been accused of, arrested on suspicion of. I mean, no one's saying that he's definitely. There's a suspicion. I think that's an important word. Suspicion. We'll wait until there's any facts to back up the suspicion. But that's what I'm resting on at the moment. That word. Suspicion. I do love words. I write them. I write words. And you should buy my book. Available now on Amazon. This feels like an appropriate time to plug my new book, The Prince and His Special Friends. Complete fiction. It's a fictional story all about an honourable prince who went looking for special friends, and he met some wonderful special friends on an island. I won't give you too many spoilers. It really is a truly wonderful book, available now on Amazon, The Prince and His Special Friends. But I'm having a terrible time here in Dubai. As you would imagine, most people in Dubai to be having such a difficult old time. I'm trying very, very hard to get my...
Oh, this is great. Yeah, it's all about it's so difficult for me thing. That's so true, isn't it? A few new people join us on stream. Moishe on Toast, great to see you as always. Nina Sadie joining us. Who else do we have? Jamie Ellis as well. Pleasure, as always. Solidarity this Socialist Sunday.
Myself a new publicist, and that is proving to be, thanks to these awful events, thanks to those very inconsiderate police officers going to arrest my husband, ex-husband, friend, person I used to live with, arresting him at a time when I am trying to rebuild my life here in Dubai, trying to rebuild it by getting myself a new publisher. Now, no one wants to touch me in more ways than one, and I just find that dreadful. I find that it's such a terrible thing, and I'm blaming them. I'm blaming the police because they...
She's had to dissolve, the real one that is, not Incel Lady. This is great. She's had to dissolve something like 16 charities and or businesses that she has because of this have now gone into receivership. Everyone's basically closed the door to her, and hopefully that's going to continue to happen across the entire of the royal family, whether it's current or former, husband, ex-husbands, friends, people who she used to live with, as she puts it here so well.
Really could have just given me a few more days. I was almost there with one publicist, but sadly now they're not taking my calls anymore. I mean, I'm getting desperate. I'm going to start having to offer my toes up again. but no, on a serious note, I feel terrible for anyone who's ever been a victim of anything. I mean, I'm not suggesting I know anything, but just a victim of anything, any sort of a crime is a terrible thing to be a victim. I don't know any specific crimes that people would have been, but what I'm trying to say is I feel sad about it. I'm taking it very seriously. It's a terrible thing, and had I known that the people I was associating with were actual criminals, even though one of them was in prison for being out of... But what I'm saying is I take it terribly seriously, as do my girls, and we feel so wretched about the whole... Feel wretched! I do! I feel wretched that now I'm going to have to...
Imagine that conversation again, no sympathy for the real Sarah Ferguson, but imagine that. Well, the thing is about this family, but they probably already know, they've got eyes and ears. So did Diana Spencer. Speaking of which, one of the funniest incarnations of that famous picture of Mountbatten Windsor in the back of the car that's been going around was what I saw, and it was captioned, "Why we're going into a tunnel, lads."
To stay out here in Dubai for goodness knows how long, until all of this nonsense has blown over. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do. It's terrible. I'm going to maybe meet some friends later and just see if they could suggest anything. Hopefully, some of my very wealthy friends might be able to come up with some ideas about how I can save my own skin, because someone's got to be saved, and it may as well be me. But I do feel dreadful. I feel dreadful for my husband, ex-husband, friend, person I used to live with. I feel dreadful that he's had a rotten birthday. I just want to say happy birthday, Andrew. Happy birthday, because I know that somewhere deep down inside you do care. You do. You're feeling very sad about this. So happy birthday.
One thing I'm still pissed off about this as well is that it totally stole the headlines from David Attenborough's centenary, his 100th birthday. Like I said before, the irony that he gets a happy birthday card off the King on the same day that the King's brother's all over the fucking headlines because he got arrested on his 66th. Oh my goodness me.
It gets better once you're out of the clanger. No, seriously. I'm sorry, and you know, maybe don't call me for a bit. Don't call me, because we can't be seen to be talking to each other at the moment. but also don't call the girls, because I don't think they'll pick up, to be honest. I think their husbands have said, no, putting our feet down about this. No, mustn't be taking calls from daddy or mummy. So that's a bit annoying for me, frankly, because I'm still waiting to hear from at least one of my girls. Come on, Eugenie, please pick up the phone. I managed to get myself out of that wretched bunker, no thanks to you, but you could have helped me.
They do it in a lot of this generation, Disno as well. That was in the headlines the other week, wasn't it? This disownership of the parents and calling out the famous parents. We saw it with the Beckham family as well in other contexts. And then they're not returning the calls. Oh, get the popcorn, people.
Get myself over to Dubai. I had to call in some favours. And that's not what you should be doing for your parents. It's disgraceful. But anyway, as far as I'm concerned, I've done nothing wrong. And I think that's what we need to focus on. Because I don't want a visit from the Rozzers at the end of the day. Although they might be quite attractive. Maybe there'll be some nice ones to look at. I don't know. But I am taking it very, very seriously. So if the Rozzers want to talk to me, could it just be over the phone? Because I really don't want the indignity of being picked up and slung into a vehicle like this. Awful. But I do care about the victims as well. Of course I do, very much. And you know, no one wants to be doing anything wrong in their jobs either. So that's a serious thing, isn't it? Anyway, I have no idea. But I'm going to be thinking about everybody and worried about everybody from out here in very, 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 very hot Dubai. It's not good for gingers, you know. I can't go out in the sun or anything. But anyway, please buy my book. It's available now on Amazon right now. The Prince and His Special Friends. Look, I need the money, okay? I'm going to need something anyway. But seriously, I do care very much. And usually, just pick up the phone, will you? For goodness sake. Well, I told you, didn't I? I told you I didn't need a publisher. I can bloody well publish my own books, and that's exactly what I've done. It turns out that you can actually publish your own books on Amazon, and that's exactly what I have done. So here it is, my brand new book, The Prince and His Special Friends. It's all about an honourable prince named Andre who goes on a magical journey looking for special friends, and he bumps into a chap who can fix him up with some very special friends and take him to an island. I'm giving you a lot of spoilers. Spoiler alert, as they say. Anyway, I'm going to read you a little extract. Here we go. When they got to the island, the prince couldn't believe his eyes. He was surrounded by the most beautiful selection of special friends. Joffrey Fatstein smiled and said, "Take your pick." Oh, lucky prince. If the prince could sweat, he would have. And that's just a little extract from my brand new book, The Prince and His Special Friends, out now on Amazon. Have a look below for a link that'll take you to buy this incredible book. Out now!
That's it. Just give me a minute. Fucking hell. Joffrey and Andre. my fucking hell. My fucking face hurts. Okay. We're broadcasting live. It's a series channel all about politics and society from a left-wing perspective. Happy Socialist Sunday. I'm going to put a link. You'll definitely find a link to that one in the description post stream. Of course, the Intel lady, go and check her out and subscribe. I'll be honest. I only watched the first 2 minutes of that before we came on stream. I didn't know about that at the end. The special friends. Right. Okay. Can't have like 15 minutes of corpsing. We're gonna have to move on. Let's just gonna quickly regroup. And then we'll move on to other matters.
On with it. Yes, get on with it.
Get on with it.
Woo! Okay. I can't read the fucking script. My eyes are watering up. Okay. Okay, we've done that bit. It's just serious business now. People. Yeah, the fash have been demonstrating. A minority fash, fortunately, here in Manchester, which is, as always, firmly socialist. But we... Right, it's gone. It's out of the system now. But unfortunately, we were unable to make it down there ourselves due to busy schedules. But we do have a few clips and things. There was a strong turnout for the counter fascists, which actually vastly outnumbered the Britain First and Reform. And, well, let's be honest, it's all part of the same thing. You always see the same faces, don't you, in those groups, and it's going to be the same now with Restore. And they said Resolve then, or Refresh, or can't remember. Floor Snake, you think I should use the well, that was the Hot Seats intro, actually. Yeah, we're going to be seeing that both versions as well. I don't know if you noticed the new version as well. I might offer that up. See if they'll take it. There's only a few days to go, though, for what it's worth. In the meantime, do feel free to watch that on repeat on this channel. Just back to what happened yesterday in town, though. And we thought we might as well do it as, even though it doesn't concern misspelled signs, but it's just generally turned into a sort of far-right feature watch, or whatever you want to call it. Placard power, people.
Are you a frustrated racist who's blindingly unaware of how wealthy grifters are pitting you against migrants and British-born citizens who aren't white?
Do you want to pretend that you're a concerned citizen and that every legal asylum seeker is some kind of sex predator? as a thinly veiled cover for your blatant far-right views.
Then do we have the campaign for you? Placard power. Grab a marker, grab some cardboard, attach it to a plank of wood, and bang. You're good to go. Spelling, don't worry about that.
Punctuation? Forget it. That's for woke tranny students. Here at Placard Power, we welcome the illiterate. Dictionaries? Do one. Checking on a computer or phone? No thanks.
However the words sound in your dumb fascist head, just write them down like that, and in no time at all, you'll be spreading your message to the masses. It's easy, it's simple. Isn't that right, Captain Placard?
You bet your bigoted arse it is. Placard Power. Join today.
Membership costs £79.99 per month. All transfers to be sent directly to Tommy Robinson, care of Benjamin Netanyahu, Tel Aviv, Israel.
So, Placard Power. But before we get into things, shout out to Nina Sadie in the chat for the gifted membership. We've updated the membership goal there. Awesome stuff. Big up Nina Sadie in the chat, please, everybody. Rat. Oh, it's not worked, has it? Oh, shite. This is, of course, precedented. So, it does look like we're going to have to take the total back down. Thanks for the effort, though. You should still give Nina Sadie a shout out for the effort in the chat, everybody. We'd probably be close to or past the 250 by now, wouldn't we, if we hadn't had this glitch. Repetitive glitch. Curious glitch. They're not going to stop the revolution. Not with glitches, that's for sure. You will be reimbursed, Nina, of course. Thank you very much for the efforts. Right, first of all, this is from Associated Press. And, oh, that's very kind of you, Nina Sadie. Super chat as a consolation for the tech team. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Let's give that thumbs up. And show some love and solidarity this Socialist Sunday. Big up, big up. Awesome. Thank you very much again. Where were we? Yes, Associated Press. Fortunately, just a small amount of people. Just 1 second. Sorry, it's getting quite windy here. Just shut the window. Yeah, but these dickheads you're about to see don't represent the fine city of Manchester by any means. And just before I play this comes week after, during the week that the prescription of Palestine action was deemed illegal. When is Shaban Mahmood going to start to prescribe these kind of groups who are literally shouting Sieg Heil as they throw fascist salutes, Nazi salutes on the streets of Manchester? This is from yesterday. It's absolutely fucking revolting. So when are these people going to get prescribed, Shabana? Are you watching? Look at this shit. Look at that. Just got to pause that there. Can't hear that in my headphones. Oh, God. Sorry, I should have said there is blood at the beginning. Well, I've said it now, you know, I've post-warning. Look at these wankers, there's about half a dozen of them. This is in Manchester. This is yesterday. Not necessarily saying that they're from Manchester. You tend to get a lot of people, or a few people, chipped in on coaches to try and fill out the numbers during this kind of crap. But we do not want... These people call themselves patriots. Well, I'll tell you something. I wish that I could bring some of my ancestors back to life and have a word with you. They'd probably do more than that as well, to be honest. They'd probably fucking kick you up and down the street. Non-violently. The fuck was that? That is exactly what they fought against 80 years ago. Precisely. Exactly. And it's here on the streets of Manchester. Is the government going to do anything about this? Elderly and disabled people being thrown into the back of police carriers for holding up placards that support a wrongly prescribed organisation. People are imprisoned. People in Palestine Action had to suffer weeks of hunger strike in protest against their wrongful prescription. Let's forget, they brought themselves to death's door, and fortunately were able to stop the hunger strike when the demands were met concerning Elbit systems and weapons productions. That is what they went through. That is what they had to suffer, and people can literally stand on the street shouting Sieg Heil, give Nazi salutes and not get prescribed. Don't tell me that that is happening in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, because if it is, then I don't want to fucking be about it, and you can stick your flags up your bastard arse. Nobbens executive coaches, seat up to 75. Nobbens discounts available. Text 08, you know, whatever. Fucking hell. That is all they go there for. It's, apologies to anybody who might be watching from Millwall, but it's, you know, like a bunch of Millwall fans. It's like Millwall versus Leeds or something like that. Okay, I'll throw some shade at a Northern team if that'll balance it out as well. But just the thuggery. It's like they want to drag us back to the football hooliganry. You know, that would have happened, what, during the 1970s, 1980s as well, probably even into the 1990s. Ridiculous. These people think that they're all about British culture and represent what we're about. What a bunch of dicks. It's revolting. Unfortunately, there are reports that the police didn't do a good enough job to keep these people away from some of the counter-protesters, and some fights did break out. There were even fights that broke out amongst themselves, amongst the far right, as always. You know, because that's just what they're like. I'm not going to play any clips of that because some of them are quite violent. But let's see something a little more positive. One of the Raise the Colours dickheads has been given a £2,800 bill for hanging Union and St George's flags. That was reported in the Daily Mirror this week. Caught there on a cherry picker, red-handed, red, white and blue-handed, indeed, in the act. Of putting something on council property without permission. There you go. Womp womp womp. Yeah, lost cabal. Thanks a lot for that in the chat. Nice to see you as well. Michael joining us also. Very good evening to both of you. So that's a bit more positive. More of that, please. Do strongly support the flag removal campaign, as you know, people. What was it all about, though? You know, they just showed up in Manchester and it was just, we're going to show up and basically be dickheads. For no good reason. Let's hear from some people who talk a lot more sense, though. Starting with one of the representatives from Stand Up to Racism Manchester. This is a nationwide campaign, of course. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of them already. Perhaps you're already involved with some of them. So let's see this clip.
Reason to believe that when they say 600,000 people are going to be deported, they mean people like me. Now, I want to talk about, yes, there are reasons that we can be scared, but I am not scared standing here with you today, and I will tell you why. I am not scared because as a member of a trade union, I understand the power that we hold. As a member of a trade union, I am proud to see my union out in force today to stand with me and say that when push comes to shove, the working class will unite behind me and they will not be able to pass. I am not scared to stand here today with you all because there is more of us than them, and we are showing that today here in Manchester. But also, we have seen that happen in the US, in Minneapolis, in the belly of the beast. Workers have entered center stage, a general strike in the United States of America. They are showing the way to how we are going to be fighting back. When workers enter the stage, when there was a strike,
yeah, there's so much happening at the moment, but let's not forget, in Minneapolis, they shut that shit down. And they shut it down in its entirety with people power, a modern demonstration of mass organised movements versus the establishment class. That is what it always boils down to. The fight against billionaires is what we have here in the 21st century. And if they can do it over there, then we can do it over here. We have the same power as we do, as they do in the United States. Again, to reach out and take it, people.
Minneapolis, Trump had no
It's
choice,
yours.
and hear me when I say this, he had no choice but to back down. ICE has had to leave Minneapolis, and that is the powers of the workers, and that is the power that we hold here in Britain as the working class, the organized working class. Now I want to talk about the prospects of how we organize.
We're a couple of million people or so here in Manchester, and we have been part of the gears of this country historically, of course, from the Industrial Revolution right up to now. We invented the fucking computer, thank you very much indeed, for example, and we can do it, and we've given a lot to the world, and we can shut that shit down if we want to, because we're the people, and if we're not being represented, then we're going to have to take a stand, because what other choice do we have? You know, we either revolt or we lay down and suffer, and we're not going to take the latter, thank you very much.
Here in the here and now, because hear me when I say this, Nigel Farage is already showing the signs of what he's planning on doing. If he plans on deporting 600,000 migrants, he is going to need a British version of ICE, and he is already talking about setting something like that up. Now, I don't know about anyone here. I am sure I know the answer, but I just want to hear it. Are you going to let Nigel Farage and his thugs, Britain First, snatch your neighbours off the street and put them in vans to be kidnapped? Are you going to let them?
I would rather shit in my hands and clap, thank you very much indeed.
And the way we organise today matters.
Does. Great clip. Sorry, I can't credit the original uploader of that one, just so I've been shared around social media earlier to point out that wasn't an original. Unfortunately, we weren't on scene yesterday, just to reiterate my disappointment in that. But things are as they were. I won't go off on tangents. Ogham the Bold, nice to see you in chat. Sorry that you've been having your problems with the old YT as well. Well, we've had blocked gifted memberships on this very channel this evening so far, unfortunately, because of the air quotes glitch. No, wrong one, sorry. Let's cut music. Next clip. A man who needs no introduction. And another reason why gutted that we couldn't make it, because a certain somebody was in town and dropped a bit of a bombshell. Not like massive, but check this out.
Manchester! Fantastic to be here. Catherine, come alongside. We're here. I'm speaking on behalf of your party. He's speaking on behalf of the Greens. We're absolutely united in the need to defeat the far right, defeat reform, defeat the fascists, defeat the racists. That's why we're supporting the Greens in the Denton by-election. Make sure we win that. Make sure we win that to give a...
So it's official. Your party haven't just not put up a candidate because, well, they didn't get things organised in time. So they're officially out of the race, but they are now officially back in the Greens. A lot of organisations are now getting behind the Greens officially. Stop reform, stop the far right campaigns, for example. So with just days to go, I think that's pretty good timing as well to give things a boost. Just going to adjust that there. Give things a boost in the final days of campaigning. It's great to see Corbyn coming out and showing that support with Mothin Ali, who's the deputy leader of the Greens from Leicester, I believe.
A real message that our communities will not be driven into fear, will not be divided, will not be weakened by the far right. What is their message? What is their message? They go into communities. They know full well there are problems of housing, there are problems of health, there are problems in schools, there are problems of youth unemployment, there are problems of mental health. There are many, many problems in every working class community all over the country. Those problems affect all communities, affect all young people, affect us all. And what's their solution? To blame the very people who are working in our NHS, working in our trains, working in our schools, the migrant workers that have come to this country and made such a fantastic contribution. My life, your life, all of our health is dependent on the skills and the dedication of those that were born all over the world and have made their homes in London, in Manchester, in Glasgow.
Speaking the truth, as always, one of the most recent times I saw Corbyn speaking was in Manchester. This was Piccadilly Gardens. You can tell it's just close to the statue off by Piccadilly Gardens itself, but not too far away from there in St. Peter's Square is where I saw him speaking and met him briefly actually a few years ago. One of the most recent attempts. It's always great to see him in Manchester. And as always, speaking the truth, Manchester again being a city that's founded on migration, of course. But that's just one of the great things that make it a great city, is the diversity, the multiculturalism that's in Manchester. And we celebrate that. We do. Like all other culture that's come out of Manchester with music and art. Even, you know, in aforementioned industry as well, a lot of it comes into our history, and it's a lot of that's down to migration historically. Irish, of course, migration, and other areas of continental Europe, right up to now in 2026.
They are part of our community. The only answer to these people is the unity of all of our communities against them. And the political answer is to challenge. The political answer is to challenge the politics of austerity, the politics of economic inequality and the politics of a government that is refusing to raise taxation on the very wealthiest and instead driving 500,000 very low-paid workers into taxation instead. The answer is economic wealth redistribution.
Hear, hear. Well said as always, Jeremy. Do have an extended part here with a post-speech interview. Again, sorry I can't give credit to who filmed that clip that you just saw. Not sure of the original source. This is Jeremy Corbyn and Mohsin Ali as well in this interview.
Here to stand up to the rise of the far right in this country. We had fascists march through the streets in Manchester, and we were not going to allow that to go unopposed.
I'm here on behalf of your party.
So that's the first I've seen of local reps there from smaller Your Party offices, Bury in Lancashire and Salford, of course, just outside of Manchester here, a city in its own right. We've got some more from Your Party coming up later on stream, a bit later on stream as well, of course.
I'm here on behalf of your party to support this rally, support the Greens in the by-election in Denton and Gorton, and make sure we defeat the far right on a message of unity, but also a message of determination for a fairer, more equal society, where we invest in housing, health and education, not in wars and bombardment. We live in an environmentally sustainable world. This can be done when we come together. It can't be done if we promote billionaires over the interest of the millions.
Absolutely. All you've heard from Reform where the environment's concerned is that it's a hoax. They want to continue on the fossil fuel route. Just one of the many faults, of course, but it was good to see Jeremy Corbyn bring in the, of course, urgent, increasingly urgent issue of climate into that as well. Best of luck to Hannah Spencer, of course. We've got hot seats coming up on stream as well. In fact, that's going to be next. Nicely leads us into things. Thanks for the segue, Jeremy Corbyn and Mohsin Ali. Quick reminder, whilst we're about to go into hot seats, do vote in the poll. Where will Labour finish in Gorton and Denton? We're ruling out any chance of a win there for Starmer's rep. So second, third, fourth or lower. Most of you thinking third place at the moment, 62% to 28% for fourth or lower. 9% of you think they'll finish second. Or you might want to wait until the end of this segment before you cast your vote. Who knows? Right, just bear with. I'll explain why. I'll have to do this in a slightly different fashion than usual. It's definitely going to work. I am overwhelmingly confident. So here we go. We do have official intro and outro themes to this now. You might have noticed on our most recent video. I'll give shout outs as we go. So yeah, what's the latest? Gorton and Denton. Just going to take me slightly longer to queue everything up. Just a couple of seconds, if you'll be so kind. Sing along. Okay, here we are, hot seats. Music back up. Might as well put the thingy in while we're at it. Like I said, pardon the adjustments as we go. Stay right there. There we go. That came in quite hot there, didn't it, on your screens? Bang. So what's the latest, people? We did have a video out that went public today. It was members first, originally. But we're going to go over what's in that video as well as some of the other things as well. But just a few quick reminders about stats and polling, and then we're going to show our official prediction for anybody who's not seen it yet. Because there are but 5 days remaining. First up, what should we have? I'm going to try a little experiment here. Okay, we're good. Told you to work. This is the fake poll that Labour were putting around. I won't go into the ins and outs of why it's fake. Demographics and stats that they used were very spurious, so this has been revealed to be absolute crap. There was a community note actually put on the social media. These are the depths that Labour have found themselves reducing themselves to. And do have more examples of that to come as well, including one video that you won't believe has come from the current governing party. It's that desperate. No spoilers. So there's that crap. Just get the other one. Go back to G&D. Is the band on Are You Drunk? Up and then? Oh, this, of course, yeah. This one. I've just got to adjust this one as we go, I think.
The Green Party claims in the majority of...
Let's get this in my headphones. Appreciate the patience. So this, what has happened now, this has come from Reform as well. They're getting increasingly desperate and harping on about the Green Party's reform on drug legislation, which of course is going to be treated as a medical matter instead of a criminal matter, quite rightly. And there has been some of the legislation in other countries. But bearing in mind that this is coming from the current governing party, it does show just how far back against the wall the backs really are. Take a look at this, people. This is utter crap.
cases, recreational drug use can enhance human relationships and creativity.
Be scared, be warned.
Are the Greens really talking about enhancing? The Greens would legalise a notorious date rape drug, which they say has euphoric and aphrodisiac properties, and make it available for use in pubs, nightclubs and bars. That
Can you believe this? Can you believe this?
It would create a terrifying environment for British women trying to stay safe on a night out. Whether it's legalising roofies, pledging to reduce access to life-saving C-sections, or claiming hypnosis can make women's breasts bigger, it's clear.
You're all going to get drugged and molested if you vote for the Green Party.
Clancy's Greens have a woman problem.
Wow, that... What can you say about that? That was terrible. That was awful. And the thing with the eyes as well in the thing with Zach Polonsky. Lame. Edward Sexby, yes, it does have a lot of support. And quite rightly so as well. Should be treated as a medical issue, not a criminal one. Let's be honest, if anybody does want to get access to certain drugs that are now currently known as recreational drugs, they probably won't have too hard a time of it, you know what I mean? We have some activity in chat. MIDI doctors with an attempt of 5 gifted memberships. Have they gone through? We may have to wait and see. Oh no, it looks as though they haven't gone through. Nice try though. Let's please big up MIDI doctors nonetheless. So that's 6 now that we've missed out on stream, I believe, because of this gremlin. Come on, YT, sort it out. Yeah, big up in the chat, nonetheless. What do we have next where Gorton and Denson's concerned? Yeah, we did feature this poll in the last stream, but very quick reminder, because it doesn't come from the likes of Find Out Now, which, shock horror, are actually an organisation that fund reform. Yes. What's the guy called? It's Chris something. He's the head of Find Out Now, and he's a Reform Party donor. But this one, we feel, is a little more realistic where the outcome of this is concerned. So, still massive gains for Reform, 14.9%, just shy of 15% there. But you can see almost 19% being the gain for the Greens, leaving them with 33. So according to this one, it's still close between Reform and the Greens, but Hannah Spencer would be victorious. 6% or lower for the remainders. In fact, others outscoring so-called legacy parties like the Tories and Lib Dems, which is perhaps another interesting factor of this particular constituency poll from Omnisis. A very small pool though, admittedly, just shy of 500. But there are other things to consider. It's the gender votes for the constituency. As well as in the last video on the last stream, we did mention that projection, that parliamentary projection, if only women under 50 were allowed the votes. And it was quite something, with about 66% of women, of the parliament I should say, being made up of Green Party members. I've got another stat here again appreciate your patience. There we go. Let's hear that again. So again, women leading the way. Come on lads, keep up. 40%. A very strong lead in front of Labour there on 23, with Reform on 16%, 4% or less for the remainder there. That's for the women of Gorton and Denton. Well done. Lads, 29% for Labour. I mean, come on. And Greens and Reform even on 25. 5% bar, clearly. Well, that's a 3-horse race there amongst the lads. My goodness. But that is still a positive outlook, because according to our calculations, you know, being qualified sociologists and whatnot, and a dab hand with numbers, we approximate that around 50% of voters are female. You heard that stat here first, people. This is My Left Eye. Thoughts about that one? Certainly let's hear your feedback on that gender-based poll. Do have a lot to get through. Sorry to be rushing through these stats. We might take a deeper look at them on Thursday. We're going to be doing a stream. It'll be a Bruise at 10, of course, on Thursday evening. As the ballot closes, it's going to be tense. Could we get outside broadcast units set up, Phil? Who knows? Who knows? But just teasing there. Seriously though, let's take a look at this geographical projection. A reminder, we have to take polls with a pinch of salt as always, but I just thought this one was particularly interesting. Just because of how almost perfectly binary it is, to be honest, with the Reform and Green voters. Excuse me. Yeah, it's a geographical layout that we had in the last video. You can see there very clearly. Sorry, that keeps happening. The music keeps resetting. I want to explain why. What's the band on? So to the west there, as you can see on the left, that's mostly Gorton there, voting for the Green, with a smattering, quite a large chunk of that central area of Denton as well, but Denton appear to be garnering the most Reform voters, with a small spread of raspberry over there. Looks like a murder scene. Looks like a murder scene, doesn't it? Yeah, this is where we found the corpse of Labour. No, seriously though, that is quite interesting. It's a newly combined constituency, Gorton and Denton, but adjoining, as you can see. So yeah, in areas of Gorton you can come across streets where there are vast swathes of signs outside people's houses for the Greens as well. That is why we still think this is going to be a very close run thing that could include a recount or two if this geographical projection is somewhat accurate. But it certainly confirms that Labour would be coming third or less if it's accurate. And most of you in the poll still seem to agree with that. One of the age demographics as well, another one. We had the women under 50 vote on the last stream and last video, which I'm sure you're going to check out and watch on your mobile devices and hit the hype button, of course, after you've hit thumbs up. Smooth plugs as always. Let's have a look at this poll for the 18 to 34 category. Just going to nudge the band. Hey lad, I'm going to nudge the stage. Sorry about that. It resets them, you see. Look at that, 47% to Labour's 23%. Sorry about the blurred. Don't adjust your devices. Just a bit of a blurry copy, apologies. We'll have a quick look at this one though. So that's a massive gain for the Greens against Labour, who are treading water according to this one. Lib Dem down 5, perhaps some of those have gone over to the Greens. Tories and Reform down as well in that category. So they are hitting the top across a lot of data sets, is what I'm getting at really, people, and that's got to be good to see.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
So our official projection, which I'm going to bring up now, it's still the same as the video that came out public earlier today. But officially speaking, we think, once this loads up, oh, it's having a moment, that's why. Just give us a couple of seconds, people. And we're back. I think we're back. Yes, we are. We're definitely back, so this is the official projection. Anyone who didn't hear it a moment ago. Hannah Spencer is the winner for the Green Party. Second place, Matt Goodwin, reformplc.co.uk/recycled Tories. And in third place, Angelica Stodgier of the Labour in name only party. What do you think about that? Most of you agreeing that Labour will finish in third, 61% at the moment, 31% for fourth or lower. Just 8% now think they'll finish second. Do have some other matters with the Green Party and your party to get on to, but just where Gorton and Denton's concerned, that's about it for now. But before I do play the outro, I'm going to have to just lower the background music a moment. I have to give a shout out to Squeezebox Dave Newbie and Joey Ludlow for providing us with the music for this outro as well. Different version of the same song, of course, recorded live. Yeah, they are available for weddings and birthdays and even funerals, which I believe is their preference. So they are available if you want to book them. Just get in touch. We can get them for you. A great act as well. As this is Squeezebox Dave and Joy. Again, just have to queue this up. Or do I? Yes, I think I do. Give me 2 seconds. Right. Sorry, I've got to resize it as well. So to speak. Start that again, yeah. Do like this. More of this to come as well, actually. Later on stream. Sing along. Squeezebox Dave, that's the one on accordion, in case I have to explain that one, and Joey Ludlow on acoustic guitar with the bass drum accompaniment as well. More to come from them, actually, like I said, later on stream. Friends of ours as well. Nice lads. Where we're going to next? A Song of Ice and Fire, I believe, is next on the agenda this evening, people.
Can you dig it?
Yes! Yes! Yes!
A comedic episode of A Song of Ice and Fire. Of ICE and Fire. Let's just do that again. What did I say? A comedic version of A Song of Ice and Fire on tonight's stream, people. Again, just have to queue up the intro. Due to technical reasons, if we slam too many clips into the broadcast software, it keeps acting like a twat, so... just get this up. In the meantime, make sure that you've hit thumbs up on the stream, please, people. You can give us a follow on your social media as well, at MyLeftRUK. Please share some of our content around. Your viewerage is important to us. Please stand by for the upcoming introduction clip. Thanks to Herbie Ranger and the Supersonics. Right, we're good to go now, people. We'll just have to adjust as we go, though. Don't adjust your devices. We are ready.
You can't expect to keep this country clean by simply being TV's most qualified therapist.
I'm gay.
No, you are a terrorist, and I will kill you. That is why I have joined the ICE people and have been vigorously trained to be a federal hero.
You're hired. I don't got a ton of time with these guys. So if there's one thing they could leave with, is the idea everything's a gun. You see someone holding a cell phone. It's in the hand. That's a handgun.
He's holding a gun!
Pepper spray, gun. Hairspray, gun.
Drop that gun!
You see two protesters holding hands. They're both guns for the other person.
Two guns!
And if there's three protesters and they're both holding hands, just the center person is the gun.
Let's try!
I know that's a little confusing.
Of course, out on the field, it's much more dangerous. Are you Mexican? Yeah. Show me your papers, alien!
I just woke up from surgery!
Resistance! Stop interfering! And now, technology is so advanced. I've even been using AI to help me solve shit. All right, talk to me. What am I snipping here?
I see what you got there. That's definitely a bomb. I'd say cut the green wire. Wow, that worked.
Why don't you show me your papers?
Here's all the papers you need to see.
All right, you just lost baby privileges.
No, my baby.
You get out of that car or this kid's getting displaced to somewhere he can concentrate.
Concentrate on this, you hack.
All right, then this thing's getting vaccinated, darling.
You motherfucker!
Pick you a number, sweetheart.
This one.
Damn it, I figured. Is this person illegal?
Wow, amazing observation. There isn't a way to tell simply by looking at them. However, if you're looking for a good old-fashioned racial profiling, I'd say yes, they definitely look illegal.
Yes! All right, you're going to Browntown, Pedro. Dr. Phil Life Matters.
You hired me to clean your gutters last year. There it is. You felt human empathy. That's a no-no in this job.
How did someone's piss get in my pants?
You know what I'm gonna miss most? When you folks are gone to them chimichangas.
I'm Cuban!
Yeah, and I'm a doctor.
I wish there was a country we could send transies back to. I don't know why people think I hate immigrants. I love immigrants when they're on their land or under mine. Where are your papers? If I didn't like immigrants, could I do this? I was born here.
I have shot a lot of trees that look like Mexicans.
If I didn't love immigrants, how can I do this? How am I doing that? How is this possible? I love immigrants. I love them so much.
I want to spend some time with you.
You think I would have done this?
I wish you never did this. You don't even look at me anymore.
I only look at things that are legal.
I like you better when you were straight.
Well, I don't mean to brag, but Phil was always a fact.
We need more rich people's voices in politics. I hope a lot of these illegals get to meet them before they, head back to a country not of their own origin.
Yeah, that's another gremlin to add to the list, I think. Missing chats. Bufferage and missing chats. Being the major gremlins. That was really good. Brandon Rogers, Dr. Phil. That's part of ICE. There'll be a link in the chat for that one as well. Description. I should say, link in the description. Post stream. Go and check it out. Okay, what's next? Something quite unbelievable, but when you think about it, actually quite utterly believable. We're going to stick with matters in the US. Where is he? So, Americans will be familiar with C-SPAN. There was a call-in show on C-SPAN. And someone called John Barron. Somebody called John Barron was one of the callers. I'll just cue this up. Let's see what you make of this one, people. Again, just going to have to jig this as we go. Apologies.
John in Virginia, Republican.
John Barron, this is on the line now. God. A few of you will know what the story is behind this one, but I'll just play it first. This is terrible. My God. John Barron.
Again, let's hear from you.
Well, this is John Barron, and this is the worst decision you've ever had in your life, practically. Jack's going to agree with me, right?
Rings a bell. The voice rings a bell. I don't know. Where would I get some sort of hint or inspiration from as to who it might actually be if it's not somebody called John Barron? Who could it possibly be? Are there any hints or any suggestion at all? I'm at a loss, unfortunately. I don't know who this might... Let's just listen to the voice a little bit more.
Ever have in your life, practically. Jack's going to agree with me, right? But this is a terrible decision. And you have Hakeem Jeffries, he's a dope, and you have Chuck Schumer, who can't cook a cheeseburger. Of course these people are happy. These people are happy. But true Americans will not be happy. And you have the woman earlier, I assume she's a woman, she's a Democrat, but she said...
I assume she's a woman, she's a Democrat. So, of course, it's Trump. Yes, Donald Trump has called in. The President of the United States has called into a live call-in show on C-SPAN under an assumed name, criticising the people who've blocked him. It's quite unbelievable, but like I said earlier, considering it's Trump, very, very, very believable. But what the actual fuck? He's tried to disguise his voice perhaps slightly, but...
are happy. Of course these people are happy. But true Americans will not be happy.
Would not be happy. Everybody says it.
Woman, she's a Democrat. But she said she's disgraced. She's devastated.
All right, John.
This.
We'll go to Chester, who's in back.
Just everything, the pronunciation, the breaths between words, every little aspect of it is. Just one more time.
John in Virginia,
John
Republican.
Barron.
Let's hear from you.
My God.
Well, this is John Barron. And
this is John Barron.
This is the worst.
I'm a real person. Everybody says it. John Barron. They call me. I walk around places, lots of places. People say, "Hey, John." Mr. Barron, I say, "Hey." I say, "Hey," back. They like me. Everybody says it.
Decision you've ever had in your life, practically. Jack's going to agree with me, right? But
everybody agrees with me.
And you have Hakeem Jeffries, he's a dope, and you have...
And I mean, the president really doesn't like Hakeem Jeffries either.
Chuck Schumer, who can't cook a cheeseburger. Of course these people are happy. But true Americans will not be happy. And
just while there's footage of him up on the screen as well.
You have the woman earlier, I assume she's a woman, she's a Democrat, but she said she's disgraced. She's devastated.
All right.
Oh God, really? This is happening. This is happening in 2026. The president has to keep. Imagine that happening on LBC or something like that over here. I think the Prime Minister is absolutely right. Made the right decision. Ken Farmer. Wow. Wow. John Barron. My family. The Barron family. Rock, yeah. Total dystopia. Completely agree. We live in a parody. Big Jerry, thanks for joining us on chat as well. Wow. That was something else, wasn't it? Change of subject now, moving on to other matters.
On with it. Yes, get on with it. Get on with it.
Matters in Palestine and Gaza next. Fortunately, we do have a few more positive things to look at on this stream. First up, bad news for Israel. Oh no, oh no. Get your small violins and big tissues out, people. They've been forced into disqualifying their own bobsleigh team for lying to officials. So the basically the long and short of this one is they wanted to change the members of the team. The only way that that's allowed is if one of them falls ill, for example. They wanted to bring in one of the reserves to replace one of the originals. One of the originals then feigned an illness, apparently having been put up to it by their colleagues. And then later actually confessed following a medical. So under Olympic rules, that means that they're disqualified. Oh dear. Oh no. Don't think they would have had much of a chance anyway in the first place. A video up next. This is from an EU member actually criticising the lack of action in Gaza. A representative called Mark Batenga. Let's see what's happening here, people. I'll just have to adjust this one as we go.
Why do we accept that Israel has a nuclear bomb? This is
he's quite forthright here. Just need to get this monitored in my headphones. Right. Mark Batenga.
Why do we accept that Israel has a nuclear bomb? This is absolutely unacceptable. No, you call Iran the main threat, but look at Israel bombing Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, Iran, Yemen, what else? Qatar recently. Secondly, why did you not condemn or even mention the fact that it was the United States that pulled out of the nuclear deal? It was not Iran, it was the United States pulling out. And
we didn't hear anything about that, did we? Not a thing.
Finally, why did we not condemn, as the European Union, the illegal US-Israeli strikes on Iran, which made a lot of civilian casualties, and which made nuclear diplomacy more difficult, not less difficult?
Well, because all everybody went on about was nuclear weapons this, nuclear weapons that, nuclear weapons that don't exist. But the opening meme that we used at the start of the stream, if you saw that one from The Onion, just summed it up perfectly. You know, Iran concerned at America acquiring 85,000th or whatever it is nuclear weapon. They have 0, and they're only enriching uranium to use in radiography and other things. They don't have intentions on getting nuclear weapons, and even if they do have, then it's entirely what's the word I'm looking for? It's a barefaced cheek from the United States of America to criticise them for it, and of course ignore the fact that Israel has something like 200 unregistered nuclear weapons, because they're not, as I think is going to be explained here, they're not part of the Proliferation Treaty, and nobody even brings that up.
And we're saying, hey guys, we're the good guys, we care about nuclear non-proliferation and about human rights, while we're worsening the situation. We're imposing sanctions that hurt ordinary Iranians that have it more difficult now to buy medicine, to buy basic goods. And let's be honest, our policies have only one goal, and that is weakening Iran in order to turn it into a new Syria, a new Lebanon, a new Iraq. And that the people of the region will not stand for.
Well done for pointing those things out. For all the grandeur, that we see from these institutions and the United Nations as well. There have been a lot of great statements, but not a great deal of action. And with the crimes that we're talking about in Gaza, you'd certainly think that there'd be a lot more sense of urgency than there has been. If these organisations are proved to be worth their existence in the first place. Another one, it's a bit of a strange one to throw into the mix, you might think. But in the Enlightenment sense of well-known figures waking up and smelling the coffee, renowned singer Rod Stewart has apparently now withdrawn all support from Donald Trump over his support for Israel, and has been quoted as saying, "What Netanyahu is doing to the Palestinians is exactly what happened to the Jews. It's annihilation, and that's all he wants to do, get rid of them all." He, I assume, refers to Netanyahu, or perhaps Trump as well. But he says, "I don't know how they sleep at night." That's Rod Stewart, their renowned UK singer. Any Rod Stewart fans in chat? Let us know your thoughts on that one. Because I believe he performed at Glastonbury, didn't he? He was on the same Glastonbury lineup as obviously the controversial Bob Dylan from last year, but was called out for not saying a lot about what was going on. So now he's broken that silence. I can't remember what. There was a clip of it going around at the time. He did say something generally about global peace or some global anti-war statement, but now he's been specific about this. Obviously, Bob Dylan stole the headlines for most of the festival. So sorry about my sketchy memory there, where that was concerned. But that was a thing, wasn't it? I'm sure that was a thing. I believe it's real. I hope it's real. The quotes. I do have something else a bit more light-hearted now. Two examples, in fact. It is something sort of new that came across recently, but it is made up of people who will be already familiar with, if that makes sense. A collaboration, as it were, in the form of a channel called Now Media. That's No Media, N-O-O-W Media, that features Ty Hickey, of course, who we've seen before on the channel. Doc Davies, you saw Rolf Harris at Glastonbury. Fucking hell. Another former disgraced celebrity well, he's Australian, of course, originally, living over here for a number of years. Won't go into that. But thanks for that one, Doc. So yeah, again, I'll put a link to this channel in the description post-stream. Go and check them out and subscribe. This is some really good performance art theatre, whatever you want to call it. It's 2 examples here. A great collaboration on No Media. No. Direction on pronunciation, perhaps required. Couple of adjustments. Okay, appreciate the patience there. We're good to go.
Good morning, warmongers, whitewashers, and whoever still believes in this shit. Let's meet today's cast of international gaslighters. Geneva?
Let's go! First up, we have America, drop more bombs than apologies, here to talk peace, but definitely writing checks to Lockheed Martin.
Here's Britain, master of empty statements, heir to global theft, speciality, issuing grave concerns while voting no.
Ooh la la la, France! Woke just enough to tweet won't save a child, but will definitely correct your grammar mid-genocide.
Russia and China, baby. Not here to help, they're here to gamble. Betting on how many times we say both sides. So far, 7.
Here it's Israel. Both 40 apologies, 0 regrets, and a full US coverage. Their PowerPoint starts with "We are the victims" and ends with a rubble.
Hey, is that Palestine back there? No weapons, no mics, no votes. Just 77 years of waiting for somebody to give a shit.
And just right there we have our UN intern. He still believes that war crimes are illegal. Aww. Somebody get him a helmet and some therapy.
Okay guys, time to write our response to another catastrophic mass murder. Now let's make it sound like we care without actually doing anything, at all.
For example, opening line, the UN expresses its deep and heartfelt, vague discomfort.
Sorry guys, just reading through this, too strong. Can we make it notices with mild interest, please? And also replace children killed with complex situation?
Yeah, Israel, what do you think if we're replacing illegal occupation with ongoing territorial discussion, and US, instead of war crimes, will say difficulties in proportionality, or just regrettable
stuff?
Regrettable stuff,
Yeah.
Regrettable stuff, yeah, I get it.
Okay, fantastic. I mean, that's great. Let's include actually the phrase "both sides must now de-escalate." I think that's a good one.
Very good.
We use it 14 times actually. One for each country that pretends it's neutral whilst continuing to ship weapons.
Very good one. Should we condemn anything?
Only if it's a country with no oil, no lobby, and no trade deal. I think.
Oh, we can end it with the sacred words. The international community is watching, but spoiler alert,
we're not.
We're not.
We don't care.
We're not.
We don't care.
We're not.
Yeah, that's it, I think, guys. Motion passed, job done, and everyone gets to have a good night's sleep.
Except the people under the rubble.
Excellent. Do have another one as well. A double bill. And this one, taking a swipe at a well-known Irish singer. It's really good, this. Ty Hickey playing the aforementioned singer.
Where nothing ever grows. Right, come on, little Africans. Let's get you healed again.
We've shortlisted 3 babies, you know. We all have them suitably emancipated, but different tones.
Tongue babies. Yeah.
That one is Malaki, you know, it's malnourished, and we can use the flies to give more realism to it.
A man will rise, a man will fall, with a sheer face of love, like a fly from a child.
We could Photoshop the flies out of the post, you know, the public will love it. It's
Are there any brownie black babies? I need to get that pro-Palestinian crowd off my back.
Well, we got a Yemeni toddler there in a holding tent. We can put a Yemeni.
Yemen, see through in the sunlight. Oh, Yemen.
So guys, before we proceed, we will need to have signed release forms for the parents.
Baby! No, totally, absolutely. Rights. I love those.
You have to read exactly the script for the public. We gonna...
We can't end poverty, but we can take a photo with it. Is that good?
Just £2 a month, we can end it.
For just £2 a month, we can continue to raise awareness of people raising awareness. And that music you're hearing, that's a brand new U2 track. We've taken the liberty of downloading it straight into your cochlea, so you can listen to it forever on a loop for free.
Fly from a child, yeah. Moisha. No media, A.M.W media, however you want to pronounce it. Oh, we've had some good comedy on stream tonight, that's for sure. Yeah, links in description, post stream, etc. How's the poll doing at the moment? Where the hot seat's concerned, where will Labour finish in the Gorton and Denton by-election? Still a solid 60%. I think third, 32% fourth or lower, and 8% in second. Do keep your votes coming in if you're just joining us. Going to give a special shout out to the members on tonight's stream, because I want to share an extended version of Squeezebox Dave and Joy's version of the Hot Seats theme with you, because there's a pretty shit-hot improvised accordion solo in here as well that I thought was definitely worth sharing and displaying with you, so I thought I'd do it through the medium of thanks to the members as well, a special treat for all of the members, because I certainly enjoy this. Just once again, shout out and a plug. They are available for gigs, they are friends of ours, do get in touch if you're into this sort of thing. and sing along again as always. So I guess members would fit over it instead of hot seats this time. Squeeze box is on fire. Solo. Squeezebox Dave, Joey Ludlow, leading us into Harvey Ranger and the Supersonics. Herbie Ranger, sorry. Wasn't that a hot solo, people? Do like that. We're getting towards the end of proceedings. Stick around though, people. Another visit to the lounge. The Lounge of Keith is upcoming, and we are going to be raiding into another channel. Let's see who's around. We have Helena at No Justice Live, so we're going to be going over there for some more quality streaming. Excellent stuff. Most of you probably already know the channel. If not, do subscribe and hit thumbs up when we get over there. You're in for a treat if you're not familiar with that channel. So do join us for more streams next week on the Brews at 10, of course, including that upcoming by-election stream. Exciting stuff to come in Gorton and Denton here in Manchester. I will just lock that in. Thank you very much for joining me on stream. I'm going to close the poll now because it's very, very conclusive. 60%. I think third place. I'd have to agree with that one myself. 32% for fourth or lower. And 8% think second. Thanks for all of your votes on the poll there. Alright, that's it from me, people. Your humble host, Lefty. I'll be seeing you next week. Power to the people. Don't let the bastards grind you down. Free Palestine, Sudan, Lebanon, and Yemen. Sorry, something distracted me here. Yeah, we'll be seeing you soon. Take care. Good night.
It's what Hitler and Goering did, and it is textbook. And if you think the next time it happens, we're gonna recognize it because they're wearing scary uniforms, you're out of your damn